Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I have a couple riveting XRP and Ripple related stories for you in this video. I'll be starting with this one, which is of particular importance to anybody that holds XRP. And it's just the cold hard fact that in all likelihood, if you claim Spark tokens, you're probably going to get a fair bit more than what you're expecting at the moment, and I will illustrate in pretty reasonable detail why that is. But think about this. And look, I don't have a financial background. I'm not offering financial advice. Don't buy or sell because of anything I say or write. And I'm definitely not pretending to know what a single Spark token could be worth in the future. I can tell you that as I record this, it's worth $0. Because it's not backed by anything and it's not being traded on any exchanges. It hasn't even been distributed, obviously. So the current price for a Spark token is 0. But there are going to be a maximum of 45 billion of them, which is less than half the supply of XRP. And so it's interesting, like to what degree is this going to be adopted? To what degree is this going to enhance utility? Consider that XRP already got up to damn near $4 on speculation alone just a few years back. With the supply of Spark tokens half that, my gosh, what is it going to look like? Could Spark tokens ever be worth $1? Or what about closer to the all-time high of XRP, closer to $4? Or what about because there's less than half as many, what if it would be $8? Look, I don't pretend to know where this is going, but here's what I suspect will be. I can say this, I feel highly confident in this. It's going to be worth something. Because the only way it won't be worth something is if humans never trade it. And if I know humans, they're going to trade the ever-loving hell out of any cryptocurrency that they can. So that's really what I suspect. So we've got that, and then we have this story from Crypto Newsflash titled, XRP transactions will increase by 1,000% by 2025. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be a lot more than that, but hey, I got it. It's a bullish article, and I'll be getting into the specifics. Before we go any further, though, if you would please delicately tap the like button. No smashy necessary, just a frilly little tap will do. And also, I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because if you do, we could be friends. Maybe even best friends. Let's see where this takes us. I'm excited to see where's this journey gonna go. All right, shout out to Martin Valk, member of the XRP community, who put a little something together here, which I very much appreciate. And he wrote the following: in no way are these numbers correct. And he's referencing, you'll see in a second, I'm going to pull it up a little more full screen there for you, some numbers he put together. He says, in no way are these numbers correct. Seriously, make sure you understand that. However, I wanted to illustrate a point. You should be able to understand this. The fewer people that claim Spark tokens, the more Spark the people who do claim will get. Absolutely, and I have talked about this concept, but he tried to illustrate it by he just kind of mocked up some numbers. So again, obviously don't hold him to these numbers being precise, because he's saying that wasn't the point. The point is to understand a concept, but he kind of fleshed it out a little bit further than I ever have, because, well, I haven't, and I haven't seen anybody else mock up numbers like this. So I think you're going to find this interesting. So let's go through this. This is a part of a document from Flare Networks, and it was a little, it's like a little frequently asked questions section that they put together. And so I want to run through this to make sure we're all on the same page. How many Spark tokens are available to claim? The answer, 45 billion. How is the distribution apportioned? The answer is, right now there are about 45 billion XRP tokens that are distributed to non-Ripple Labs holders. These are distributed across excuse me, sorry guys. These are distributed across holders who self-custody and those that keep their XRP at an exchange or other provider. First, a snapshot will be taken of all XRP ledger addresses at a specific ledger index number. Second, from this snapshot known addresses belonging to Ripple Labs, certain previous employees of Ripple Labs, and any exchanges that have not confirmed their support to Flare will be removed. So, and check this out, and this part's pretty damn important. The right to claim the 45 billion Spark tokens will then be apportioned to each remaining address according to their proportional XRP balance in the snapshot. This may result in valid claimants receiving more than one Spark token for each XRP token that they hold. This is due to non-participating exchanges being excluded from the distribution but being counted in the 45 billion tokens that are distributed today. So in case you didn't catch what they're talking about here, 45 billion Spark tokens, and they're assuming that in a magical perfect world that everybody that holds XRP would claim their Spark tokens, which means that you would receive one Spark token for every single XRP. However, a huge chunks of the XRP that's held out there, it's held by cryptocurrency exchanges. And it'll likely be the case that many exchanges that offer XRP will, for whatever reasons internally, and it's probably not a good idea, but they won't be offering, some of them won't be offering the Spark tokens to their customers. And so any Spark tokens that would have been allotted for that exchange, they're no longer going to have them, which means essentially more for everybody else. That is where it's coming from. So then you get to this question of, okay, well, how much more? And this is where it gets interesting because we don't know how many individuals and how many exchanges are going to be participating in this. We don't know, how many claimants there will be, but fun to think about nonetheless. And so here is what Martin put together for us. And you can see at the top here, he wrote, available to claim 45 billion XRP. And then he wrote Jed here, because we know Jed McCaleb is who he's referencing here. He's one of the founders of Ripple. He was the brainchild behind XRP itself. He's estimating here that Jed still has 4 billion XRP remaining. So in theory, would have gotten 4 billion Spark tokens, but Flare Networks has publicly stated, I put a video out about this just the other day, that Jed McCaleb is not allowed to receive any Spark tokens, period, because it's very clear that he is not out to help the XRP ecosystem, and so he'd just be dumping all of his free Spark tokens there, should they ever reach the open market, which I suspect they will. They're going to have a price. And so the psychology there would be problematic, even if the volume of the dumping wouldn't necessarily. And so here's where you get into the real interesting part in terms of how many Spark tokens are you listening to this going to end up with? Well, assuming there were, and you can see there's a column to the left. So the left column here on your screen is a percentage of XRP used to claim Spark. So let's say that there's 100% of the Spark tokens that are actually claimed, minus Jed, take him out. And really, there might be others that are taken out that we're not thinking about. There could be other, founders of Ripple, so on and so forth, because Jed was the only one that was cited publicly that I'm aware of anyway. But anyway, so let's just take out that for now. And like Martin said, these numbers aren't perfect. That's not the point. It's to get the concept across. So 41 billion Spark tokens remaining for distribution. And so at 100% being redeemed outside of Jed, you'd still get, for every XRP you have, even with just that Jed being removed, you'd get 1.1 Spark tokens instead of just one for every XRP. 1.1 tokens. And what if only 97.56% of the Spark tokens were claimed? Well, that would be 40 billion Spark tokens, and then you'd get 1.13. And so you get these little incremental increases. I'm not going to read every step of the way. Let's jump down a little bit further to where it gets more interesting. Let's say that only 48.78% of Spark tokens are claimed. So that would be 20 billion. Well, then you would get 2.25. And let's say that only on the this is the lowest number he had. Let's say only 12% claim. Which, by the way, we're not even there yet. The last number I saw was like 1.5 billion, but 12% would be 5 billion, right? And so that would mean that you'd get, for every XRP, you'd get 9 Spark tokens. So what if we're lucky? Because look, let's be real here. Like, I would be better off by not promoting this because now, frankly, like, if anything, maybe people are going to want more likely to not want their free tokens. But that's fine. Like, I don't care. I'm not like actually some greedy bastard here. So go get your Spark tokens if you want them. I'm happy to keep talking about this. But I'm just saying, in a world where this is not promoted for those people that are in the know, like me, for example, it would be better because then we could selfishly get more. Right? That's the only point that I'm trying to make. I'm not saying I'm actually going to be like that. Certainly not. But what if that's the case? Because right now, again, we're nowhere near 5 billion XRP being put up, to receive the equivalent in Spark tokens. Nowhere near that. And so even if it were just 5 billion, you'd get 9 Spark tokens. That would be nuts. I don't know that that's going to happen because I'm expecting, we'll see if this happens, I'm expecting a flurry of activity towards, as we get closer to the snapshot date, which is going to be December 12th. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. I mean, I guess, like, I wouldn't hate if it doesn't happen. I mean, if I could get 9 Spark tokens for every single XRP I have, that would be amazing. Plus, considering there are only 45 billion Spark tokens, like I said, whereas the max supply of XRP ever was 100 billion. So already there, it's more scarce than XRP on top of that. So if this ends up having an open market price, and if people end up wanting to trade this, if this happens, my gosh. And it's amazing. And the only people that are going to have this to start are XRP holders. That's it. That's insane. And it seems to be genuinely being adopted, fully embraced by the community. That's what it looks like to me. So even if it's a small percentage that gets adopted, ultimately, like, or claimed rather, fine. It doesn't mean that it wouldn't be viable long term. It's just, I don't know. Again, I'm not pretending to know where this is going to go, but I'm cautiously optimistic that these Spark tokens could really be worth something, especially when you consider whenever the next alt season ultimately happens. All bets are off, man, and I'm excited for it. Frankly, we'll see what happens. Fine, maybe it's a big nothing, but I doubt that. I really doubt that. And then you have this piece here from Crypto News Flash, titled "XRP transactions will increase by 1,000% by 2025." Climate change worldwide is unstoppable. Ripple is one of the companies that have been committed to building a sustainable infrastructure for cross-border transactions for a long time. Indeed, sustainable measures to reduce CO2 emissions in all sectors of the global economy could save an estimated $26 trillion by 2030. By the way, I understand that when you're talking about climate change and stuff, that's politically charged. That is not the purpose of me covering this. It's just in crypto news. I'm not going to be adding commentary, indicating my position on climate change. I have no interest in discussing that on this channel. All that would do is alienate people. Not going to do it. I say it should be perfectly fine for everybody here to disagree on politics, but just come together as an XRP community, because we're not even talking about politics here. Like, that's not what's happening on the Moon Lambo channel. If you want to talk about it in the comment section, I can't stop you, but that's not what I'm going to talk about on the channel here. But anyway, all right, due to the sustainable architecture of the XRP ledger, researchers predict a strong increase in the use of XRP. And then they have this subheading: XRP is up to 61,000 times more energy efficient than Bitcoin. As Crypto News Flash has already reported, Bitcoin's energy consumption has risen to an annual consumption equivalent to that of Portugal in 2019. This makes XRP 61,000 times more energy efficient than Bitcoin. If 1 million transactions were carried out with XRP, 79,000 light bulbs could be supplied with electricity for more than a year. In the case of Bitcoin, more than 4.51 billion light bulbs could be supplied with electricity for 1 year per 1 million transactions. And so let me jump down to this part, though, because this is where it gets interesting in terms of transaction volume. By using the open source tool EW0, which really I think, I'm sorry, no offense, I'm going to offer a small critique here. That was poorly named because it looks like EW0, like, because it's EW, it's like, ew. Like you stepped in like somebody's loogie on the sidewalk or something. Like, ew, why am I barefoot right now? Ew, like that. That's what it looks like to me. EW0. So I'm just gonna say it like that from now on. But anyway, by using the open source tool EW0, the XRP ledger is expected to reduce its carbon consumption step by step. According to the new report, independent researchers predict that XRP transactions could increase by up to 1,000% by 2025 due to the green architecture, which is resulting in low energy consumption. And here's a quote: with independent researchers suggesting that XRP transactions could grow by more than 1,000% by 2025, this has massive implications for energy savings and the carbon footprint reduction of blockchain-driven finance. Now, I certainly suspect it could be the case. I mean, it's fine. Look, bullish, positive news, got it. But, if there's a real crazy amount of retail and institutional investors coming into the world of crypto, I think the volume could far surpass that anyway. Like 1,000%, yeah, super duper. But I think that's a drop in the bucket compared to what we'll ultimately see if you could fast forward like, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it is, assuming XRP continues to actually be adopted in the real world, of course. But still, it's cool to see like independent, third parties here be like, yeah, this could really be something, and acknowledging that proof of work is archaic. Let's just say that it's archaic. Belongs in a museum. Just dusted off from time to time. People can come to look at it and have fond memories of it. You know, all that jazz. But not the best technology, frankly. That is it for this video, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!